Hello everyone and welcome back to Logan's Weather Channel. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 10 days until Halloween, can you believe it? But now we have a marginal risk here for Michigan. This marginal risk really only has about 4 or 5 counties in it in extreme southeastern Michigan. But most of the rest of the lower peninsula is under a general thunderstorm risk with the UP and the extreme north part of the lower peninsula not under any risk for storms today. Now, this marginal risk is only so far for wind, as there's a lot of wind shear available, and so there's no risk so far for hail or tornadoes. But let's dive a little bit deeper into this. So here we have nothing around 12 p.m., noon, and then 1. We have a little shower, and then we get around, this is around 2 p.m. We have a few heavier showers moving through the middle of the state there, and then around 3, there's a lot more, and then in the southwestern part as well. 4, 5, and now a lot of the lower peninsula is getting some rain. 6, 7, 8 p.m. And then some of those first showers start to move off, but there's another little band of them coming through. As you can see, there's still rain in the in the upper peninsula as well. And then this is 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and that's as far as the HRRR goes as of right now. So we're going to take a quick look at the dew point, and what it's looking like is the Great Lakes water is actually going to be the main reason that these storms are even going to be available to happen. This is the main moisture that they are going to get, as it's very dry around us. But that little bit of moisture from the Great Lakes are going to push some storms here. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 40, almost 50 degree dew points, and then they kind of dry back off after the storms go through. There are not really exceptional amounts of CAPE out here, which is convective available potential energy, basically thunderstorm fuel. There's not very high amounts. There are amounts over 500, which is enough to really catch our eye and make us, watch these storms. You want around 1,000 for some strong storms. Now, this is our wind shear basically at the surface. Okay, so here we go. This is around the time the storms fire, 1700 Z, which is 1 p.m. in Eastern time, and then 2, 3. You can see all of the, you can see a lot of wind shear moving through with the storm, and look at that. We're getting values in the 30s, which is plenty for some very for some very strong storms, as the wind shear is going to be able to tilt the storm's updraft so that when the rain comes down, it does not clog the updraft. So that will help the longevity of these storms if they do end up getting a lot of wind shear. And that could also help tornado threats and wind threats as well. And also hail, because it's allowing the storm to be tilted and stay alive for longer. So this is going to be storm relative helicity at 0 to 1 kilometers. It's just showing the amount of spin that these storms have. And as you can see, as soon as the storm fires at 1 p.m. 17Z, it has a lot of this storm relative helicity. And these storms actually get a good bit of storm relative helicity around here. So definitely something to watch out for. We're not really under a tornado threat as far as the SPC goes, but definitely some available spin. So something to watch out for. So what I'm seeing right now is that these storms could possibly be surface-based. So if they end up being surface-based, they could actually really tap into that spin, as that is some very low in the atmosphere spin. And if they end up getting into that spin, then they could end up being possible tornado producers, which is not very good for us. So definitely watch out for that. I'll be updating on this severe weather threat if it gets a little more dangerous, and as the storms come out, I will be posting on that. So make sure to stay tuned to my channel. Stay safe out there, and have a great Tuesday.